If you've just tuned into this show, don't touch that remote because you're about to enjoy some interesting servings for this episode. I'm Eric Angelo, and I'm inviting you to share some thoughtful and exciting moments here on BrunchTV. Today, we weigh in on an alarming development on the health of Canadians as we focus on growing statistics of obesity in Canada. But we quickly balance that with a happy solution to the obesity problem, a new program from Body Bliss. And then comes the final reward, a pleasure trip to the Philippines' last frontier, the fabled island of Palawan. Trends, places, happenings, interesting, exciting, and colorful features and stories, nowhere else but BrunchTV. When was the last time you checked yourself on the weighing scale? Today, on our In Focus segment, let's pause for a while on the eating and gorging and take a look at the growing numbers on obesity in Canada. Do you know that more and more young people in Canada, including children, are going obese? In fact, according to Statistics Canada, obesity rates among youth have nearly tripled over the past 25 years. The risky thing about obesity is it's not just physical. There's also the emotional and social aspect of being obese.
A lot of my patients that come to see me, if they are overweight or obese, a lot of times there's something underlying. So they have some kind of other issues in terms of their life that a lot of people will say they eat to compensate for certain things. So if they're feeling sad, they'll eat. If they're feeling upset, they'll eat. And actually there's hormonal connections between the body and the gut and the brain. And so what happens is when we're feeling these emotions like sadness, oftentimes the foods that are typically fatty also make us comforted. That's why they're called comfort foods, for example. So I think that that's really one key component, is really addressing the underlying stress or anxieties the person has. And unfortunately, that stuff is perpetual. It becomes I guess like cyclical once they go out into society. If people are viewing them as being obese, if they're getting shunned, if they're receiving some negative feedback from the people that they care about and that are in their surroundings, that's going to further make them upset, and that's going to make them cycle into eating those comfort foods some more. So it's really kind of a big cycle. You have to get to the root of the cause and figure out what the problem is and go from there.
The problem starts at home. Juggling between work and family, parents tend to buy convenience foods ready to eat, especially for their kids. Media has been playing an important role in promoting tons of processed foods. Yes, they are easy to prepare and put on the table for consumption, but their content can increase the risk of chronic diseases such as diabetes, cancer, stroke, and heart disease later on.
A lot of times, it's just directly with being overweight, most of the problems are physical things. So a lot of people have joint pain. A lot of people that are obese or really extremely overweight have a lot of pain in terms of their joints. They can't walk. It's difficult. Arthritis, things like that. From an internal perspective, having extra fat and having extra weight can affect your liver. So you can end up with a fatty liver, which doesn't allow your liver to function as well as it should. You can end up with cholesterol deposits in your arteries, which can cause high blood pressure, other heart health concerns. So there's a lot of different things that weight can actually affect in your body. We really want to try to slim down and try to get rid of some of that excess weight so that we can get to feel our best and our healthiest. And unfortunately as well, for a lot of people that are overweight, it's very hard for them to kickstart some sort of exercise routine because they get very tired really quickly. So they're not motivated to continue with doing the exercise. They really have to push through it, and once that happens, then they can start to feel better.
I'm working, so before ako umalis, I have to prepare something not yung mga junk foods. You know, kids, they like burgers or fries, pero not every day. No, ayoko ng ganon. Binabalance ko talaga. Minsan, bibigyan ko lang konti, pero not all the time.
There is also the fast food industry. Youth who have more time with friends outside the home are more likely to consume food such as pizza, hamburgers, and fries. Too much consumption of sugar-sweetened beverages like soft drinks or commonly called soda pop and artificially flavored fruit juices is also linked to obesity.
Pizza, burger, hot dog, hamburger, pizza.
When my family and I went to the doctor last time, the doctor said that I gained a little bit of weight for my age.
Remember when kids used to play outside or at the park, riding their bikes, skating, or playing a sport? Nowadays, young people are spending more time watching TV or playing a game console and sitting in front of the computer or tablet playing games online.
It is also possible kasi yung technology, like I know instead of going outside after school, the kids would be in front of the television or not even TV now. There's a computer, there's the iPad, there's the iPod, there's the Wii, all game consoles.
Pag weekends, we play ping pong sa garage. Well, sometimes we play volleyball, badminton. On summer, we go out swimming, biking. Sinasama ko rin sila sa jogging ko once a week.
Poor eating habits and physical inactivity. These are two major factors that contribute to the continuous increase of obesity, which is expected to surpass smoking as the leading cause of preventable morbidity and mortality. Statistics Canada reports that 2 out of every 3 adults in Canada are overweight or obese. This is indeed alarming and now poses a critical public health challenge.
It is not just about the physical looks, but it is also about the health, right? In the long run, there will be other health implications of being overweight, especially at a young age.
In the recent study conducted by Canadian Health Measure Survey and authored by researchers at the University of Toronto, data were collected on 856 kids in 16 schools in the Greater Toronto Area. The study is called Project BEAT, or Built Environment Active Transport. It is a large-scale, multidisciplinary, and mixed-method study examining how the built environment influences the way elementary school children travel to school in Toronto. Researchers monitor the physical activity of 856 children in grades 5 and 6 from 16 participating schools in Toronto, Etobicoke, Scarborough, North York, Mississauga, and Brampton. The youngsters wore accelerometers for a week in 2010 and 2011. These tiny devices are like pedometers that can hook onto a belt but are more sensitive and that they can measure all type of motion, not just steps taken. They even measure when the children are being sedentary or sleeping. In the said study, it has found out that 99% of children in Greater Toronto Area are not getting enough exercise compared to Canada's physical activity guidelines, which recommends that children and adolescents aged 5 to 17 get at least 60 minutes of moderate to vigorous physical activity a day.
I can see nowadays na ang mga bata, mostly ang hawak nila ay either mga iPads nila or lagi silang nasa computer and they're always watching TV. And aside from that, what adds on is eating a lot of junk food. Ang mga anak ko, ini-encourage ko sila talaga more on outdoor activities.
Nowadays, alam mo naman yung mga bata, mahilig kumain ng pizza, hamburger. So, sa school nila, meron din silang pizza day. Dito rin sa bahay, may pizza day, hamburger. Pero I try to balance it. So, binibigyan din namin sila ng vegetables, balanced diet para sa kanila na hindi masyadong nakafocus dun sa mga junk foods na kinakain nila.
Let's face it, Canada is now having an obesity epidemic amongst its kids. Family, school, and the community need to take action to support the healthy development and lifestyles of children and youth. Parents work hard for their children's future. Let's start with their well-being. As adults, let's practice and teach our children healthy food choices. What we buy is what our children eat. Healthy food choices should go hand in hand with being physically active. Start small, like taking a walk to the park or school, getting involved in sports, learning to skate, ride a bike, dance, jump rope, help in raking the leaves or shoveling the snow. Why not walking the dog? Eat smart. Get up and go.
In Taekwondo, we usually do a lot of physical things like practice our patterns. We usually do sparring. That means like we fight with other people, which is kind of hard.
And Taekwondo takes a lot of effort. And considering that I eat a lot, Taekwondo is one of the many ways and one of the best ways too that will help me become more fit.
And it keeps us balanced.
Also have to exercise. Sometimes you can play video games, but it has to be balanced with physical activities.
Instead of like staying indoors and just play video games all day, I suggest that you go outside, do something active, so you won't get like...
Or like have an extra activity every once in a while after school.
So we always tell our kids, right, na, oh, you're supposed to be responsible with your things, with your school, but at the same time, are we also being responsible enough in terms of their health? Tayo yung nagpe-prepare ng pagkain nila, kung ano yung pine-prepare natin, yun ang kinakain nila. So, it's going to bounce back sa parents kung paano yung healthy living ng mga anak nila. And also, just like sa classroom, they have 2 nutri breaks. I always tell them, you always have to eat your healthy snack first or your healthy lunch, because you would see they would always have cookies or chips. I would always tell them, you are going to eat that later on for second break. So I think it's about teaching them also on wise choices, right? Because as parents, we cannot always be with them all their life, but if we give it to them at an early stage of life, then they would learn that and they will take that anywhere they go.
Realizing the alarming problem, the Government of Canada has a new battle cry. Healthy weights for a new generation. It's our health, it's our future, it's our goal. As the saying goes, health is wealth. That should give us something to chew on. It's a sobering food for thought. But cheer up. There's a solution to that heavy feeling. We'll find that out in just a moment. Chris Aquino, not in good terms with ex-husband James Yap. Presidential sister and TV host, actress Chris Aquino, is still not in good terms with ex-husband cager James Yap. In a press conference for her latest TV project for ABS-CBN, Chris refused to answer questions on James, as she said that for the sake of their son, James Jr., she won't speak ill of his father. In a past interview, James said that he and Chris were okay. Chris reacted via Twitter and vehemently denied this. She, however, refused to say what caused their falling out this time. Dentistry at Cooksville. Dental care for the whole family. Dentistry at Cooksville. Located at 47 Dundas Street West, Mississauga, Ontario. Telephone number 905-277-2400. Obesity. Constipation. The real cause could be the food you eat. It doesn't match your body. The Filipino term for this is hiyang. By avoiding foods that do not match our body, we can avoid getting many of the medical problems we experience in today's age. Now there's a new program that will tell you which foods don't match your body. It is not a diet, but it will tell you that what you eat matters. Remember the saying, watch what you eat? It turns out that the better expression is, match your body with what you eat. Findings show that obesity, sleeplessness, bloatedness, constipation, irritable bowel syndrome, headaches, fatigue, chronic pain, and all other medical problems can be traced to food intolerance. It turns out that most of the food we take in does not match our body. Nearly 10 million Canadians may suffer from the effects of food sensitivities such as these, whether they know it or not. But did you know that we can easily identify which foods may cause all these discomforts? This can be done through the HemoCode Food Intolerance System.
The HemoCode Food Intolerance System is a test that will identify the food that you are intolerant to and helps deliver relief.
It starts with a simple finger stick and a few drops of blood collected to generate your unique HemoCode.
This blood test It will generate your unique hemocode that will identify up to 250 foods and additives that your body may be sensitive to.
Based on the results of the Hemocode Food Intolerance System, the client is given their personalized Hemocode report, which provides them with a balanced nutrition plan that helps them manage food intolerance, and a personalized dietary guideline and replacement food suggestion, together with a complimentary recipe book based on their approved food chart.
We also complement your food intolerance findings with an exercise regimen that is suited to your needs. So whether your goal is to simply eat better or to lose weight, we can achieve that goal faster.
I recommend the food intolerance system to my patients in my private practice all the time. I find that it's really, really helpful for a lot of people because I think it's really a good, important tool that they can use to remove any roadblocks to dietary health. It's very helpful for weight management and weight loss. It's not a diet, but it's very personalized and it can help in your overall health. And in my experience, I've seen that it actually helps with a lot of people when they're looking at weight management issues. I've also found that it helps people gain weight if that's what they need to do, because when the body resets itself and balances, it basically goes to its set point, and that's where we get to.
The Body Bliss Hemocode Food Intolerance System is a unique program that combines a customized solution, including diet and exercise and naturopathic principles to achieve and maintain one's wellness goals.
So when we look at food intolerances, what food intolerances do is they cause inflammation in the body. And inflammation is a negative process which can impact many different systems in your body. When we're looking at things like weight, for example, what inflammation does is it can actually cause water retention. So you'll feel more bloated, you'll feel more water retention. That on a one level will potentially make you eat more because you'll be unhappy and you'll look for those comfort foods. But if you're really working out and trying to lose weight, you might step on the scale and notice that the weight is not changing significantly. That could be because of water retention. So once we identify your food intolerances and we actually eliminate those food intolerances, we decrease the inflammation in turn, and your body lets go of any of that extra water and all that inflammation. So then you might notice a greater increase in the weight loss. And I usually notice this is what happens in the last 10 or 15 pounds that people are trying to lose that they just can't lose at all. A lot of times, you want to do the Hemocode system in conjunction with other people, like healthcare. So like with physio or with naturopaths, different things like that. When you actually eliminate the foods and you add other components to your toolkit of health and wellness, then you get better faster. So eliminating the foods on their own is helpful, but when you get additional support with your physiotherapist, with your massage therapist, with your chiropractors, with your medical doctor, then you can get better faster.
With Body Bliss known for its Alagan Kapamilya touch, it ensures that every client enjoys their wellness sessions in a very relaxed, comfortable, enjoyable, and professional atmosphere. So here's something to remember before you touch that piece of steak or that slice of cake. It's not the amount of food you eat, but it's about the food that matches your body. BB Gandanghari, preparing for sex change. Former action star Rustam Padilla, now known as BB Gandanghari, admits preparing for sex change to complete his transformation. BB stayed in New York for over a month and consulted doctors on a tedious process of sex change operation. He admitted he is still preparing himself psychologically. BB also admitted that he is in a relationship with an American-Irish model who accepts him for who he is. This, of course, does not sit well with his brother, action superstar Robin Padilla, who is not on speaking terms with BB. Dentistry at Cooksville. Dental care for the whole family. Dentistry at Cooksville. Located at 47 Dundas Street West, Mississauga, Ontario. Telephone number 905-277-2400.
Asian Sky Mall. We have a wide range of products like Liwalid Cosmetics and KB products and many more. We are open for distributorship. Asian Massage. We are open for a franchise. Just visit our website for inquiry.
Well, you know all about Boracay, but Palawan is something else. What is it about Palawan that makes it so special? It's not just beautiful, but bountiful, as you will see. In our next segment, we travel all the way to the island of Palawan, the last frontier. They call it the last frontier, for on this island can still be found the virgin forests, untrodden beaches, and untamed wildlife. This is Palawan, a vast island that is also the Philippines' biggest province in terms of total land area. Located southwest of Manila on the Philippines' western border and sandwiched between Sulu Sea and South China Sea, this province is admired for its beautifully natural landscapes and surroundings. Palawan offers a diversity of natural attractions: beaches, waterfalls, hot springs, dive sites, caves, and other ecotourism destinations. Diving is also a huge attraction here in Palawan. The place has a variety of dive sites to thrill diving enthusiasts. It is one of the most chilling and exciting scuba diving sites around the world. Wreck divers will especially have a fun time, as there are many wreck sites here to see. It only takes an hour to get there by plane. You land at the airport of Puerto Princesa City, the provincial capital and its premier city. There are a lot of places to stay in Palawan in case you decide to travel. Aside from its beautiful beaches and rich wildlife, the province is internationally recognized for its protected natural wildlife areas, some of which have been recognized as World Heritage Sites by the UNESCO. While each of these wonderful locations has its very own unique features and highlights, all of them contribute to the very fact that Palawan owns one of the richest and best preserved natural ecosystems in the whole world. Furthermore, environmentalists from all over the globe have nothing but praise for the people behind this rich natural preservation of the wildlife amidst an increasingly industrialized economy. Today, visitors are trooping to see one of Palawan's major attractions. Easily, the most popular is the Puerto Princesa Subterranean River National Park. It has been declared as UNESCO's World Heritage and one of the 7 natural wonders of the world. This park features a large limestone karst landscape with an underground river. One of the river's distinguishing features is that it emerges directly into the sea, and its lower portion is subject to tidal influences. The area also represents a significant habitat for biodiversity conservation. The site contains a full mountain-to-sea ecosystem and has some of the most important forests in Asia. To get there, from Puerto Princesa City, visitors go through a bumpy 2.5-hour ride and a wet and wild 20-minute boat ride. Lasting about an hour, the ride takes you to St. Paul's underground river cave, where visitors are treated to amazing sights of major formations of stalactites and stalagmites, and several large chambers, including one of the largest cave rooms in the world. It is the longest navigable underground river in the world. The lower portion of the river, up to 6 kilometers from the sea. This eco-tourist destination has become so popular from among tourists. But as visitors from all over the Philippines and from all around the world, it is important to remember that the underground river and the entire Palawan province is more than just a tourist attraction. Palawan now stands as a living symbol of the dynamic commitment of Filipinos to conserve our natural heritage. Palawan is indeed a sight to see. Okay, book me a vacation. Well, it looks like it's time to end the show on a happy note. But before we say goodbye, we would like to take some time to read some of the emails we've received from our buddies watching us. Thank you for your comments and feedback. At this time, we would like to share some of those comments with you. Rebecca of Mississauga writes, I like your show. It's very different from other Filipino TV shows I've seen. It's informative and yet entertaining to watch. Congratulations. Thanks, Rebecca. Amrita of Brampton writes, I am not a Filipino, but I happened to see one of your episodes and I like it. Just wanted you to know. Kudos. Thanks, Amrita. Normita of Hamilton writes, I was able to watch your New Year's episode and I enjoyed it, especially the interview with Pilita Corrales. I am a fan of Pilita, and I didn't know that there was a show like this. Where can I watch your previous episodes? More star interviews, please. Normita, you can check out our episodes at our YouTube channel. If you too have some questions or comments you would like us to feature, email us at bruntv@yahoo.com. Or you can like us on our Facebook page, facebook.com/BrunchTV, or tweet us on Twitter, twitter.com/BrunchTV. It's been a wonderful day, and it's time to say goodbye. This has been your host, Eric Angelo. Hope to see you next time on Brunch TV.